Idiot. Thank you, full stop. How much would that be? Question mark. I have cash. Full stop. He can drop it off down the side dirt road by the Colorbond gate where he's done the previous drop-offs. Okay. Oh, g'day, Greg. Bit quiet today with everybody. Big Monday keeps us all away. Okay, that's going. I forgot to put the screw in the temp. Stay up there. You'll be noisy. Why are you noisy? You weren't noisy before, now you are. Going straight to full. Oh wow, you really are? Why? That's weird. These things normally do not make that much noise. Usually it indicates that the diaphragm has either blown out on one side, although it's way too soon for the diaphragm to have blown out, or there's some kind of pressure, but the fact that it's not running anything and it's making that noise tells me it's not back pressure that's the issue. Hello, Alifiaz. Or maybe I'm just sensitive to hearing it today. It's kind of weird. Like I said, normally I don't hear much noise out of it. Either that or the voltage has changed slightly on the mains power. And that can sometimes cause them to overdrive slightly. Or I just have to open it up and bend the tabs back a bit. Hey, Boots. Good to see you. How'd your, what do you call it? How's your new store going? Did you get it open in time, or was that yet to come? I know you were there the other day when we were watching. Okay, so I've got to get at least 2 of these. I might have to just do 2. I'm kind of, although it's painful to do just 2, considering I'm going to have to use all the paste, so we'll do 4. And then after this we've got to do USB-C meters, which take a bit longer again. Tomorrow is the first day. Oh, okay, alright, cool. Yeah, I just wasn't sure because I know you were sort of wanting to get it cleaned up and add some bling to it, but didn't know whether you got that far. April 1st, nice. Perfect day for a Fool's Day. Okay. No! Drop the frickin' things. Okay. Get that. Good there. We need 4 strips. Parts people was able to recover a bit like a hard drive. Oh, he transplanted the TPM BIOS. Okay. That works if it actually is in those areas. I know there's some that you can't do that with. Fortunate, I guess, for the person that he was able to. That's really good. I hate it when people tell me, oh, you know, BitLocker is not a problem. You're always going to have your key on Microsoft or whatever, you know, wherever. And it's like, there are genuinely situations where everything just goes wrong and you do not have your BitLocker key anymore. Basically, I'm saying this as a reason as to why I don't like the fact that BitLocker is enabled by default on a lot of just general consumer devices. I can understand business professional devices, but consumer ones, the consumer doesn't even know that it's on there, and they get caught out. Hey Rilla, good to see you. Okay, so this paste is old, so we're gonna put it into our little specimen jar, as it were. Oh yeah, this is actually pretty, okay, the middle's nice and soft, but... And we just reuse this paste for BGA reballs and things like that. Annoyingly, I'm going to have to... I don't think I can clean this up without taking the stencil out. That's annoying because it takes a bit to set up the stencil. Oh well, that'll learn me. I always forget that. I always forget that it's preloaded with the springs. Okay. So yeah, because I was an idiot and didn't wash it down before, I now have to do it. There we go. Which of course delays my already delayed day. Seriously crunched up there. Oh no wonder I was having a difficult time. Forgot there was tape there. It's like Betty Crocker frosting for nerds. Except I don't recommend you taste it. Still, it's probably just as toxic as Betty Crocker frosting. Not much difference. Hey Pro Engineer, how's it going there? Thanks for sending up those cases, by the way, I appreciate that. Now I actually have to do something and make the gear and use them. Oh yes, those fumes are picking up. IPA vapors. Let's get the extractor on. I feel like this spreader needs to be polished a little bit. It's pretty good, but the edge is a little bit, I don't know, it's not quite right. It doesn't quite squeegee properly. Probably just needs a little bit of honing. But you got to be careful because if you overdo it, you'll start getting a curve on there, and then that makes things even worse. It's not a knife blade, but it still needs to be dead straight, obviously. Or at least pretty damn close to straight. Okay. Alright, let's get this thing set up again. Where's the Phillips? Okay, this I think is, yeah, completely wrong. There's a reason why I put that writing there. It's to let me know that is the correct way to be orientated. Oh, I just realized I got delivery coming at 2 o'clock for sand. $136 for a pile of sand. I need it to backfill the new fence situation. Half the problem with this setup is that you've got too many variables. There's too many things you can adjust. And you end up just kind of, yeah, it's all over the place. So you got this depth, you got this, you got tension, you've got the lift. So that's why it's a nuisance. Now people are going to say, well, why don't you just use the old style? And I mean, yeah, that's a legit point, and I'm just going to ignore it. Hey, Rusty Russ, how's it going? Oh, don't worry about the delay. I mean, I haven't even, like I said, I haven't even needed them yet. I was just getting in now while I, while I could and while I remembered. Okay. I think I also just need some more practice on this. What would help me a lot more is if I actually had proper keying fiducials, and then I could just simply drop it down, it locks into place, and then tighten everything up. But I don't have those. I'm still experimenting around with everything, so that's my own fault there. Okay, you're locked in. Now we've got to tension it up. You need the tension on it, otherwise it will sag when you apply pressure with the scraper. Hey Birdman. No, this is just purely a stencil for putting the paste on. Yeah, I think we can live with this. Or maybe we can't. The problem is it's not too bad if you're dealing with normal 603, 805, that kind of sort of size. But because we've got a frickin' DFN chip here, it becomes very sensitive if you get the paste in the wrong orientation, wrong position. Okay, a person should be half an hour away. Let's see if we've got enough paste. Otherwise I have to crack open another tube. Probably turn off the extractor now. It's done its job. Hey, Miles. Yeah, we're going to need a new tube. We just ran out on that one. Get into my stash of nuke. And we've got 5 left. Hey Serge, make a 3D adapter. Antonio, I mean, yeah, that can work, but I guess even with the 3D adapter, there's going to be variances just through temperature, and the other problem is that these boards have been cut slightly sloppy, and so I have to adjust it every time slightly. So it's more a case of once I get it set up, I really need to just run them off at least for, probably should be 8 or 12 at a time instead of this miserable 4 at a time business. Oh, ja man. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Look how, I don't know if you can see that, but that is like massively out. So yeah, I'm fighting against the board quality cut too. I thought I was going mad the first time, and then I realized what was up. So yeah, that's just ridiculous. Shouldn't normally be this bad. That is certainly something you would otherwise report and say, hey, this is a not so grand quality job. But the real solution would be for me to probably do something about keying it against these screw holes. If I went against the screw holes, it would probably be a bit more tolerable. Anyway, still does a good job. Just have to manhandle it a little bit. Clean up this paste before I accidentally get it on my body. I do not want paste on my body. Certainly not that kind. Toothpaste I'll tolerate. Yeah, I don't know why or how they failed on the lower edge cut, but they definitely have. I noticed it. There must have been some movement in the machine, obviously. But yeah, there's a lot of things you could do to make this easier. Oh no, where's my frickin'... Where the hell's my board? Ah, found you. Thought you could run away. Many a time it's a case of, yeah, I'll do that tomorrow or whatever, so you you're rushing so much today that you don't get a chance to optimize things for tomorrow. And it's a trap. And I do try my best to make things easy for me for tomorrow, but you don't always have that happen. You certainly try, it's not a guarantee. Hey, security. I agree, the lower frame should have XY adjustments, but unfortunately, yeah, it doesn't. I guess if you paid more than $40 for it, you might get those. I mean, it would be a nice project to sort of take something like that and go, okay, let's now modify it to make it better. But that in itself is, it's a bit of an undertaking, and you're going to have a lot of experimenting. Then you may also think, well, may as well just buy a better one in the first place. And I didn't know what the quality was going to be like when I bought it. I mean, I assumed it was going to be a little bit iffy. And it was. At least the foundation's there, and it gives me something to work with. And yes, tomorrow's a day that never arrives. Come here. Come here, Pump. Come on. Good Pump. Even though you are making more noise than you should. Gee whiz, finding pin one on these things is quite the trick. Boots, you should do something like this for your, whatever the Frankie mods are they? Those capacitor blocks. Then again, those capacitor blocks, I suppose a lot of people just say, why don't you get one of the manufacturing companies just to do 1,000 of them for you? Yeah, that's everything. Oh, that's right, we've got to do our modification of the pins here. Just ever so slight tilt down. Okay, that's one. Let me just stick it next to my coffee cup, of course. Alright, Narilla, good night. At least Boots, with those boards that you do, you can just do it like as a 2x4 single panel batch or something. It makes it easy to pick and place and then cook them all at once. Are you starting to get them pre-made? That's cool. Yeah, for things like that, I think, yeah, pre-made's pretty good. The reason why I don't do it with this is because the quality assurance of the LEDs themselves. I'm not worried about anyone getting the firmware code or anything like that. That's not an issue. The real sticking point of this is the LEDs. That has to be the specific type. And experience tells me that at some point through the process, somebody's going to substitute. And I'm going to end up with a couple of hundred of ring lights that are no good. It's not like I can even rework them. Believe me, you don't want to be reworking these boards if you can avoid it. The difficulty of trying to replace all those LEDs, it's just not worth it. Yeah, Antonio, they're 97 CRI. And I don't know of too many microscope ring lights out there that are pushing that level. I'm sure from places like Carl Zeiss and Olympus and Nikon, they will probably, of course, have. But then they're usually using halogen source anyway. Halogen or laser excited phosphorus or something like that. You know, some really good quality stuff with a broad spectrum. But in terms of actual LED versions, yeah, trying to find someone with a proper genuine 97 CRI or higher, that's pretty rare. Pick and place machine looks okay, and then you just need something to, well, at least if you can do the stenciling manually, it's no problem. Like I said, if you get something like a 2x5 snap-off sheet, so you do 10 at a time, then that works out pretty good. These ring lights are single units, obviously, but my USB-C meters are 2x2s. Oh, you spun around, cheeky little thing. Yeah, manufacturer will follow your lead until somewhere along the line, something will happen, and then they will not. And like I said, it's fine if you're a great big corporation. You go, yeah, you know what? Let's just we'll just write off that bunch. But if you're in the situation that I am in, then writing off a single batch would probably be a disaster I'm not willing to take on. And I know it does happen. And it will happen it'll happen through good intentions. Because, you know, they don't want to delay or anything like that. You know, they want to make sure the customer is happiest. So for now, at least, we're doing them manually. At least it's not too bad. Like I said, 1 hour and I've got 4 of them done. So 15 minutes a unit. That's pretty good going. Hey, just here for the Lars. Yeah, no problem for us. We were sufficiently south of it, but yeah, that was a real. It's a good thing it was so north. Another couple of 100 kilometers south, and yeah, it'd be. Oh, nearly dropped that. It'd be a real problem. Okay, one to go. Oh, that was dangerous of me. Should not move these strips after I've taken the retainer plastic off, because it only takes a tiny little bump and all those LEDs will just jump out. But as far as I can tell, I'm pretty sure that was the most powerful cyclone we've had. I mean, Yassi was bad enough when it came across. This one was even worse. But like I said, fortunately it was so far north that there's not a lot of population up there. There's people up there and they definitely copped it. But in terms of striking a major city, we got lucky. I mean, you think about 200 mile per hour winds. I've translated that for non-metrics. How far is my delivery guy? Ten minutes to go. Yeah, it's only a cubic meter of sand, so it's actually pretty expensive for 1 cubic meter, but I am getting it delivered, so the delivery fee is, half that cost. And I could have taken the truck to go get it, but the truck is already choked out with rubbish. And I really couldn't see myself getting all things lined up today to get the rubbish emptied and then get out to pick up the sand and things like that. So I just sort of thought, I'm going to make more money staying in the house, getting this stuff done, than going out there and doing it. Going to wonder how long before someone from some company duplicates this setup. Alright, here we go. Into the oven. Okay, you're on. extractor on. Okay, and away we go. Just gonna go out and get the money set up for this guy. I don't like people being stalled because of my... Yeah, I don't like wasting people's time when they're doing deliveries. It's like I appreciate what they're doing. Good job. Alright, I was still just in the preheat phase. Oop, someone just PayPal'd me. Oh man, someone else has bought something that I've got to build. On-screen display of your oven. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen in a hurry. Oh, what did they get? What'd you buy? Oh, no. What did they buy? More things for me to pack and send. Wow, PayPal's been slow transferring it. It's another Ringlight. Okay, cool. Here we go, finally. Print. Current. Print. Yeah, so basically as each order comes in, it gets printed out, and then obviously do the assembly. So next step for us is... Okay, so now since this is a ring light, you get the green stripe. Gee, that's 3 ring lights for today. Having a hard time keeping up. Well, it obviously would be lovely to have such a thing, but I don't see it happening. I've got other things to sort out. Okay. With the reflow oven, I shortened the exhaust hose because, before I was getting a little bit of fumes in here. So I'm hoping that with the shorter hose, it might actually not stink up. You're gonna have to be on Twitch. Well, I'm gonna have to, lift the shirt up a little bit, eh? Okay, we're in the ramp phase. All right, let's get stuff prepped for the USB-C meters now. I think I could just pick up a hint of fuming. Not a lot at all, really. Hopefully I don't regret those words. Oh, I just realised these are going to have to be... These are going to have to be a change of design, I think. How many have I got? 1, 2. Okay, I'm gonna have to do 2 of... Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Never you mind. Or maybe I should just do a shunt change. Yeah, let's just do the shunt change and force myself. 4, 2, need another 2. Basically I'm dropping down to a 5 milliohm shunt from the 25. But it means I've got to put out new software and new firmware. Which is not a massive issue, but it is something I have to do. Yeah, I've definitely get some stink up in here from the fumes. Okay, so I really need to shift to a 6-inch extractor, because the 4-inch just doesn't suck enough. I need something to suck more. I think the problem is that the extractor that I've got, it's a centrifugal extractor, and so it has good pressure. There's a lot of good static pressure, but in this situation I don't need a lot of static pressure, I just need a lot of volume. So it's a bit of a mismatch for the task, I suppose. Okay. Why lower shunt? Lower shunt means less voltage drop across it and lower heating. Yep. Alright, where's my magnetic plate? Ah, there you are. Wrong side. Oh, that actually might make the full width. Okay. Let's try that. Looks tolerable. We'll do an immediate wash, scrape and wash down. Fortunately, that paste can sit there for a whole day and it's still good to use. As in with these, once you put it on the screen, on the board, you can come back to that tomorrow around about this time and you should still be able to use it. It may crust up a little bit. Nothing too severe. Our Ringlight should be well and truly cooked, but I'm not taking them out until I'm ready to do the swap over. Okay. Still a bit more zoom in. Now this particular one has a lot more bits to it, so it tends to irritate me a little more. And the things are not evenly orientated. Like the chips are all in different, turned around different ways. What's this, Greg? Fixing what? And trying to find the orientation of these INAs is a little bit annoying at times. Not the easiest chip to align. In some ways, these are worse than DFNs. Okay. Nice shiny gold shunts. They'll all get pulled into alignment. I think we do it a little more close up. There we go. Oh, Windows issues on, yeah. And yeah, about the ones that just seem to defy being fixed. We used to have a policy where if we couldn't get it sorted out within an hour and a half, 2 hours, we would defer to just nuking the whole machine and reinstalling. But that's a little bit easier when it's in a corporate situation. It's a little hard to explain to a customer, you know, just a retail customer, why you wiped out their machine. Or why you need to. They'll be like, but I need my stuff. What about all my favorite malware-laden games that I play every day? What doesn't help with the backup whole situation is the fact that Windows backup basically sucks. I mean, after all this time, we still do not have anything as straightforward to use as Time Machine built in. It's ludicrous. Even commercially, you can't really get anything that's like Time Machine for Windows. Yeah, there's some sort of compromise that you have to deal with. You can't just revive pretty much from bare metal almost. Like at least with the Mac, when you start it up, it says, you know, restore from Time Machine. It's like, yes please. With Windows, it's like, we wish you the best. And it's difficult because unless Microsoft themselves provide it, you're not going to be able to get, you're not going to be able to get the various operating system hooks that you want. I mean, agreeably, it's a little harder for PC situations because your hardware is very variable. And you don't know if it's going to comply in the BIOS, the UEFI, things like that. But by now, come on. Hell, make it start up in a Linux bootloader. But it's definitely something that I run across quite a bit with customers, where they're like, oh, we'd like to migrate from our old machine to a new machine. And you're like, oh, God, no. Yeah, the OneDrive is kind of like they're getting there, but we really need something where we can have OneDrive locally like we do with Time Machines. Okay, I just had a ping. It's getting a little warm in this office. Okay, now we've got the jelly bean crap. Just shake the shaker and let all the 100 nanofarads fall out. I'm sure if I designed things better, I could probably cut this count down by half. But it is kind of ludicrous how many 100 nanofarads I need on this board. Like, I mean, I could probably, most likely I could drop the 10 ohm input protection resistors and 100 nanofarad smoothing cap on the current sense rail, but I like having it there just as a smidge extra protection. And then I probably don't need quite as much decoupling as I've got running around on the board, but again, it's just gives you that little bit of reassurance. Even though this really is in no way a critical design. Okay, what the heck? Okay, I've got to see what the hell the beeping is. No idea what that one is. Ah, frickin' hell. Did you get the guy? Yeah. I mean, you left this. Why can't people press the doorbell or something? Now I've got to deal with this. I know, that's what I'm saying. No, it's not. They should have done it.
You could have just went beep, beep.
No, it's. Ah. Yeah, you try to get everything prepped so that it's convenient for people and stuff like that, but then, you know. Oh, great. Now it gets really frustrating at times, and you're trying to run a business, and yeah, I feel bad. They probably like, well, Paul's expecting me. Why wasn't he out here? But it's like, I'm in the workshop doing work. I was anticipating you'd hit the doorbell. So the scene's been delivered, but he hasn't collected payment, so now I'm going to have to go sort out payment, which is fine. I don't have a problem, but it's just more like, okay, we've all wasted each other's time now. And yeah. So I think that's one of the hard things when you work for yourself, is trying to keep track of the stuff. Like, you got to get things done, but you also can't wait around exclusively for someone. I mean, my fault there. I should have said, make sure you hit the doorbell, Fortunately, yeah, they have left the sand, so they did trust me enough. But now they're going to be like, oh, you know, Paul wasn't there, and that's a bit of a slight negative mark on me. Yeah, just stuff like that. It builds up, causes problems, and now I'm all flustered up because I don't like to do that to people, because I know if I've organised with someone for something and they're not there, it royally ticks me off. Yeah, it's definitely not free sand, not in this town. Everybody knows everybody around here. Well, not really, but they know me, I know them. And they did say 2, and it was pretty much 2. And they left it in the right place, so that was all good. Alright, that's all built. Now I've got to apologise. Alright, that's full apology sent. And like, I've just got to get things done in here, because these getting these things built is already taking me a week longer than it should. And getting my software sorted out is taking me longer than it should. Yeah, everything's kind of taking longer than it should, or what it would need to. And so at some point you've got to basically commit yourself to getting something done, and this sort of thing can happen, and it usually does. Okay, there we go. Oven on the new cycle. Let's have a look at these ring lights and see how they are. Okay, that's on. Maybe a smidge worried about that corner pin there. Yeah, it's not filleted out like this one. That one's... Okay, we've got a bridge there, so fix that up. Like, I still got to get all these packed and shipped today. Well, not all of them, but a reasonable number of them. And the clock's ticking. And my flux isn't flowing. That's kind of weird. All good? Tell you what though, I do wish people would apologise to me when they stuff me around for their pickups and stuff. Look, the number of times I've had people say, yeah, I'll be there in 5 minutes. And then 6 hours later, oh yeah, something came up on the way, I wasn't able to make it, sorry. And it's like, thank you very much, asshole. It's not like I wasn't doing anything else and just sat out there waiting for you. And that's the other problem is you get this opposite situation happening where you do actually go out there preparing to, you know, committing 100% your time and resources to dealing with meeting up with them, and they do that to you, and it's like, ah. And so you just go, well, you know, I'm not going to do that and just let be whatever's going to be. And then you start losing the odd sale or two, and you start going, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. So it's a tough one. Where's my programmer? Oops. Come here. Stop snaring on things you're not supposed to snare on. Oh, not this bullshit again. I love Linux, but by God, you know, the USB subsystem really needs to be sorted out. To be fair, it's probably not within the capabilities of mortal humans to do so. Ah, crap. Got that one wrong. Okay, they're all flashed. Okay, so here we go. Oh wow, whole channel down. Okay, that's not a good start. That's more like it. Okay, we've got 3 good, 1 bad. We've got 1 whole channel missing, so gonna guess maybe one of the pins on the controller are off. Yeah, Greg, exactly. Yeah, that kind of stuff, it just messes with you. Okay, now it was this top section that didn't want to play ball. So our... Geez, I can't even remember where my trace line goes. Ha! Oh, here we go, it's this one. So it's this one here, and I'm going to say that doesn't have any solder on it. Yep, pretty much diddly squat. Uh-huh. Oh, wait, come back. Oh, whoops. My God, Lewis Rossman's been here. Left his mark all over my board. I know with my next board I'm going to move this cap slightly over, because when it comes to if you need to do a reflow on, rework, the cap slightly gets in the way of reworking those pins. It's not bad, but it's just one of those sort of small things that you slightly adjust over time. Okay. Now what? Now what? Alright. They've baked off nicely. Let's see. Right, we have new heat sinks today too. I got these done over in Germany. Very nicely packaged. Look at that, that's just so cute. They're not as pretty as the black ones, but they're wider and taller. So there's definitely no excuse now for any kind of overheating at all. Not that there really was. I mean, those DFN chips, they will survive without a heatsink out entirely. We've got one. I need 3 more. That should about do it. Fan on. Flame on. Not even a fan of that show. So I could pretty much physically just install these, but I prefer to use the hot method to get some molten plastic around them. They don't have to deal with a lot of stress on the thread or anything like that. It's just there to hold the nylon screw against the barlow. Okay, since these are a new size and design, I've got to work out how I'm going to cut them and stuff like that. Where's my cutting board? Kind of feel like, what the hell? These are, what? Okay, we've got a dimensional issue here. These are supposed to be 75 millimeters wide, and someone's made a mistake, most likely me. I mean, it's not a huge issue, but it's an issue. Ah, there we go, calipers. Yeah, they're supposed to be 75 wide. And they are 75 wide. And my board's a 71. Oh, okay. Alright, that's fine. 2.5 millimeters, it's not a big issue. Definitely adds some chunk to it. Given how many of these I've bought, I may widen the board in the next batch. All this time I thought my boards were 75 wide. They're not. Oh well. And I know it's not the fault of the PCB manufacturer. Not this time. Okay, where the hell are my screws? I've got these. Where are my little screws? Ah, there they are. It isn't really practical for me to try and cut down the heat sinks. That's just going to be an exercise in futility. I'm struggling here though to get the excess tape off. I think what I'll do now is actually run the tape across the board and then place the heatsink on top of that. Okay, there we go. Well, the black ones I thought were 75. Maybe they're 70. Oh, they must be 70, not 75. I think I've just had a break. Ach nee man, waar? Ah, courier. Just a courier. I'll have to get to Sheep Station Creek then. Wrong glasses, wrong glasses. Yeah, so these are the ones I've traditionally used, and they've done a perfectly good job. Where the hell did I put my calipers? Anyone see where I put my calipers down? Ah. Oh well. So these must be 70. Oh, here we go. We can use just this. Yeah, they're 70, not 75. So there's 5mm difference. But honestly, it's not a big issue. I mean, overall, you can see the massive difference in the bulk of them. So that really should be fine. Definitely makes installing them easier. Hey Jonas. Yeah, I mean I definitely wasn't having cooling issues before with the heatsink. So definitely will not now. I've just noticed this board has the cutting issue that I was talking about, how the different lengths. So you'll be able to see it. Ah, come on, get over here. Oh, why are you doing this to me? Yeah, see how it's got that step in it? So I don't know why that is, but yep, that's what's causing my problems with the silk screening. But anyway, I do like them. And I will have to live with my little hiccup. Okay, there's a bit of that needs a bit of clean. It's got a bit of tape or something on it. Better yet, let's just take that one. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Their machine must have. I can see the step on this one too. I'm thinking that the machine must have had a glitch or something, because I haven't seen it on any of my previous ones. To be fair, you know, these are only short run boards. And you should not be relying on the outer perimeter for that sort of thing. Yeah, if you want it done properly, you put keying holes, like use the drill holes or something like that as your guideways. You don't rely on the outer perimeter of the board. I mean, that's why you have a what do you call it? A no-go zone, or a I can't think of the right word. But basically, a certain distance from the edge of the board which you don't do anything with, because of the fact that you can't guarantee the precision of the cut. And you don't know what the snap-off's going to do. You know, the snap-off might dig in, you know, catch a few fibres or something and dig in a little further than you anticipate, stuff like that. Why can't I think of the proper name for that? Dead man's zone or whatever it is. Alright, there we go. Looking good. Stick Shrek ears in. Keep out zone? Yeah, it could be that. I thought there was a simpler word for it. But yeah. Yeah, it looks like we're just going to stay with keep out zone for the moment. But anyway, yeah, getting back to the original point, that's why you don't use the perimeter or the edges or any of that sort of stuff, because you've got to account for just machinery stuff-ups. Okay, got some pet fibers there. Pet G, that is, not animal pet. Oh yeah, better put the Shrek ears on them. Now the issue might be that they're too heavy. That'd be a laugh. Push come to shove, I can go a step down on those heat sinks, although I would kind of like to use these ones. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run this at full brightness and see how it behaves. I'm not too worried about those lights up the top there because they're fairly well spaced and they effectively have this whole area to dissipate the heat in. Whereas these ones are all clustered quite tightly. And yeah, they're sharing it amongst a lot of them. Still got to sort out those not the ring lights, the USB-C meters, and I've got to write the new software for them. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, let's see what this is like now with the new heatsink. So I'm just going to run this flat out. I'm going to see what the temperature's like later. No, turn on. Yeah. Okay. Alright, let's get the USB-C meters out. They've been in there a long time now. Still warm. Hopefully not cooked, as in destroyed. Three o'clock almost. Yeah, oh, geez, I'm cutting this way too fine. So it's going to be a little bit too bright, but remember I'm testing to see how it looks. Let's see, go to the microscope. Sat in there a little bit warm, I can tell by the LED there. Might have to tune the parameters again a little bit. It's a LED-free profile, but it still shouldn't actually flick the LEDs too much. Is that a infinitesimally fine bridge down there? Oh no, it's just gloss from the flux. Yeah, there's a bridge there. Oh yeah, the whole thing's bridged. Okay. If you're wondering why the microscope view has a bit of a darkening in the corners, it's not because of the light, but rather it's because my reducer for the camera, it's just ever so slightly not reducing enough, so subsequently that darkening you see is it approaching the circular barrel edges of the viewable area. Okay, we've still got that bridge over there, and I think there's one there, but we'll clear that using the soldering iron. And so he creates a bigger bridge. That's always good. And we're cleared. Yeah, the shunt is a different one. It's a 5 milliohm. Oh, see what that temperature was like. Yeah, it's definitely bringing it down. I still, yeah, it does its job. What we want. Okay, so now we've got to actually adjust the firmware for this. This is going to be fun. No. Yep. I need it bigger. Okay. Okay, so the shunt is 1/5, so therefore our output value is going to have to be 5 times larger on the LCD display. Hey, Micromage. So really, this can just be like that. The voltage reading should not need to be changed because that doesn't matter on the shunt. That it's only the current that changes on the shunt. So I think that's all I should have to do. In theory. And I don't have to change the data going to the PC because that's just sending raw data to the PC. Yeah, see here, it's just simply sending whatever it's in the registers straight off to the PC. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Why don't I have a make file? What the hell? How primitive am I? Wow, I really am primitive. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's good. And is this... I just realized, is this going to UDP1? Ah, you idiot. Yep, it is. Okay. saved myself a few bytes of space there by not having to have that divide by 5 routine. It's kind of handy. Because divide by 5 is not a very... yeah. Okay. It's not like it's divide by 4. Yeah, it's not a power of 2 situation. So what we're going to do here is just going to verify that my modification actually is correct. And I can usually estimate. At least I found the port. Now, where's my phone? That looks about right to me. Wait, no, 500? Alright, okay, I know what's going on here. You may notice that this is saying 1 amp, but that is only saying 250. That's because the on-screen display has to be adjusted to handle this particular variant, which means I need to change that firmware to now actually report a slightly different product ID. So that the firmware, the program can go, oh, you're a different program. You're a different device. Okay. And I do that by, let's see, I should have something down here. You'd think I'd do this properly, but I don't. Where's my serial dumper? Ah, no, yes, no. Ah. No, you're the display. Oh, here we go, yeah. Alright, so this here is my ID code. So basically, I just need to pick another number. I think I used 29 for... So I'm going to go use 30 for this. The downside is it means it's not going to work on this on-screen display anymore until I change that program. But we can fix that up. Yeah, where's my programmer? Which means now I've got to program all of them again. No, what's going on? Do your job. Seriously? Damn you, USB subsystem. Now it's decided that it doesn't want to work at all. It's on strike, that's for sure. Oh, not this enumerate bullshit. Linux really sucks for this kind of thing. Actually, to be fair, I think it's just everybody sucks when it comes to USB. We should be back. $75, $23, 1A, 86. Yeah, that should be sitting on UDPO. So basically they should be directly interchangeable, these two. Let's see if that's right or wrong. it. I'm losing my crap today. Okay. Okay. What's that? Now we're going to have to change the on-screen display. This really doesn't need to be there anymore. And this is actually redundant code here, but I'm just going to carry on with it. Whoa. Okay, this must be in the auto check section. Yep, auto detect. Ah, what did I just erase? Oh, that is... What? Ah, this is what we want. Thank you, Pro Engineer, by the way, for the $2. Sorry, I just saw that there. Oh, crap. It's going to have to be 200 times. Let's try that again. Now, it should not get detected via the existing software. It did. What? I've already modified the existing software. No, that makes no sense. But it's running somehow. Or is it? Oops, core dump. Oh, there we go. Let me see if I can get that up. So that's this one. We get this window out of the way. And as you can see, that is mirroring on that. So we've got the 5 milliohm shunt thing sorted out now. So that's all good. Alright, I'm going to close this up because it's 3:15 already, which means now I've got pretty much an hour or less to get things packed and everything else and shipped off today. Yeah, this one's going to be a tight one. And I haven't even done any extra other software work today on Flex Board View, so this is going to be fun. Alright, well, thanks everybody for watching. That was, what is that, 2 hours and a bit? And look at this, my hands are all shriveled up. Yucky. I'm going to get them dry out, have a cup of coffee, come back, pack this stuff, ship it out, and hopefully have a good day. Alright, you all have a good one. I'll see you on the next stream, whenever that may be. Until then, you take care. I'll catch you later.